No, we just continue. Hi, and welcome to the Baccy Bong podcast, mate. Fucking here, fucking Kevy 007 and me fucking co-host Lockie B. Bassett. He's a faggot. Fucking and today we've got a fucking very special guest on the fucking podcast, mate. Fucking true blue, fair income, Aussie fucking bloke, mate, from the 3340. Fucking here for fucking Tombstone, mate. Fucking woo! Yeah,
it's going on, boys.
Fucking back on the basketball, blue cribs. Woo! Yeah, fucking welcome to the fucking Baccy Bong podcast, mate. Fucking Merry Christmas.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's put this one on, boys.
The fucking, tell us about yourself, mate. Fucking.
What do you want to know, mate?
Yeah, give us, what's your name, mate?
Fucking, my name's Billy Craig.
Yeah, where are you fucking from, mate?
I'm from Ballyang.
You're from Ballymang?
Yeah, mate.
Fucking, where the fucking is that cunt?
Fucking, it's just down that way, mate.
Oh, just over there, mate. The fucking, yeah, so tell us about your fucking life a bit, mate. So fucking, where'd you go to school?
Primary school, I started off at Ballyang East Primary School.
Fuck.
That had about 35 kids in it.
So what was that like, fucking going to school there?
Oh, well, it wasn't too bad, man. Like, I kind of enjoyed it. There was no one to, mess with me and stuff like that. It was pretty good, so... Yeah, that was good. And then I went to Pentland in grade 6.
Yeah.
Up the hill.
Fucking, where's that joint?
Pentland Primary.
Yeah.
Just up the hill in Darwin.
Fuck,
Nah, what hill is it? We gotta redo that.
What do you mean, what hill is it, man? Fucking, it's where the fucking... Does it need a council building, that fucking joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking... So you went there for grade 6. Why'd you go there for grade 6?
Cause my dad wanted me to get used to wanted me to get used to going on the bus before I went to high school.
Yeah, right. Then what was high school like?
Oh, it was pretty brutal, man. Like, I went to Baccy Bong College, as everybody knows, and it didn't really go too well there. I got bullied a lot. It turned me into kind of a bully as well, sort of thing. I wasn't the best person back then, so yeah. And then I got to year 8 and I started smoking weed and drinking and doing various things with a lot of friends and hanging out with the wrong crowd, man. And it sent me to a pretty dark path later on in life. But
yeah, so fucking, so you went from there and tell us about the dark path.
The dark path that started in year 9.
Year 9, so the year after year 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that, so.
So I started wagging school and all that because I was already drinking in year 8, but I was hiding that, I was just doing it on the bus on the way to school.
I was hiding it, man, I was on the way.
But just mixing my own drinks up and taking them, and then it turned into me just not caring and just drinking at school in year 9. And if I went to school at that, because I missed about 153 days in year 9, so
fucking hell.
Yeah, I didn't miss them, I wagged it, but to go fuck shit up. Used to go to abandoned houses and stuff like that. We won't talk too much about that.
Oh yeah, shit on the harsh. Fucking from there, year 9, so then year 10. What happened in year 10?
Year 10, I went to the Gordon in Geelong.
Fuck. Where's that?
It's like a TAFE school, man.
Where's it called?
Near the Geelong train station there.
Yeah, right.
Can't remember what street it is, but yeah, just near the train station there. So that was pretty good. Everyone kept to themselves, and I had a couple of mates, and we used to like skip class and smoke bongs, or we'd go to class high as well. Either way, I used to. It's actually quite funny because a few times I passed out in class, and I was just snoring through the whole class, and I'd wake up and I'd be like, "There's no one here." You know what I mean? Wake up and be like, "My dad's rang me 5 times wondering where I am, and I'm still at school because I fell asleep." Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Fuck, so full on the nod.
Yeah, man. Smoked too many cones, and my psychiatrist put me on the Seroquel when I was 16 too, when I went into year 10. So that was pretty hectic.
So from year 10, you were on the Seroquels, and what happened from there?
I just got really into gaming, man. I was doing real dodgy things, and my dad was saying that I was going down a dark path, so he let me, do whatever not whatever I wanted, but like I'd come home and be able to, game all night and do whatever. Like I could just stay up and I didn't have to go to sleep at a certain time, which helped. But that turned into me staying up every night for days and just gaming.
Just a full bender, man.
Not really, just I started drinking heavy when I was about 18. I was always doing
so it was legally for you to buy it by then?
Yeah.
You reckon that's why you actually got the drunk a lot?
It was
because it was more accessible for you?
It was easy, heaps easy to get. I got my ID and I was like, I can go to the bottle shop now, I can go buy my smokes, all that, so do whatever I felt like, and that's when I started running amok a bit and
So run the mark, tell us about that.
Just doing stupid shit, painting trains and just hanging out with real seedy people that you wouldn't want to hang out with and doing drugs and just not caring about myself, just did whatever I could to stop feeling like I was. Just way too anxious, way too depressed, just everyone was around me didn't want to hang out with me anymore because I was always depressed, so I had to find some way to make myself brighter, make myself happier, if you want to say that. So.
Is that why you kind of got into music a bit?
The music thing started when I was 16. I don't even know. Me and my mate we just started freestyling over weird ass rap beats that we didn't even know, just out the front of the Gordon and that. And it was just a fuck around thing. And then all of a sudden I just started writing every day. Writing all night. I'd go to school and they'd be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, I'm writing music. And they'd be like, why aren't you doing your schoolwork? I'd be like, no, I'm writing music, man. I'm going to make it in this shit, you know what I mean? So, I just started writing heavy, like just staying up for nights, just writing. And it took me till I was about 22 to actually start making decent songs. So that's a good 6 years,
What is your favourite song that you've made so far?
Probably Sold My Soul.
Sold My Soul.
For sure.
What was that?
Just how deep it is, but it's also not too depressing. Like you can listen to it, and maybe it might help people that listen to it. Because I've had a couple of people message me on Instagram and stuff like that about how my music's helping them, and I've got a mate that says that he's getting a lot of help through my music as well. So that's why I do it, man. I love doing it. I just love rap. I love everything about it. I love writing, but like the fact that it helps people it just touches me heart, man. I just want to keep doing it to help people. I want to help more and more people gradually grow and hopefully take off from there.
What's the next song you want to fucking hopefully work on?
I'm not quite sure. I haven't named it yet, but I've got this really long song that I wrote the other day. Goes for about 3 minutes 30. It's probably one of the longest songs I've written in the past year or two. It's got I've actually started trying to write choruses and stuff, so it's got a chorus and a couple of verses and stuff like that. So stay tuned for sure.
Do you have any questions?
Do you reckon once you got into music, you were more focused on that than doing like your dodgy stuff? It got you out of doing it.
It took me away from a real dangerous place that I was in. It definitely did, for sure.
Was it overnight or did it happen over time?
No, it happened over time. It started helping, but when I started getting into all the Australian rappers and writing like they do,
like a distraction,
it stopped me from doing all the things I was doing, man. It helped me a lot. It saved my life, I reckon.
Fuck.
Definitely.
Is that your goal? To do that to other people?
Yeah, help everyone else that wants to try and help everyone else too. If they want to, talk about the things that they're doing in a way that's not enabling people to do it, then for sure I'll help them, come up if I ever do make it, so.
Do you reckon rap is kind of like just a way of venting when you feel like you can't?
It's
you can't speak about your problems, but you can rap about it, it's somewhat easier.
I couldn't just sit there and talk to you about how I feel all the time. It's definitely the way I express everything: pain, anger, sadness, happy, anything. you know. But all my songs are different, so yeah, it was my escape and it always will be.
Yeah. In all of your songs, you speak about having addiction problems. Back on the valves, 5 milligrams, way too drunk in a minivan.
So,
What are some of the like addictions that you have had to face throughout your life, and have you overcome any of them?
Yeah, that's a good question. It started off with painkillers when I was about 15. Like I was already drinking and all that, and then started doing painkillers when I was 15. I was getting them off this nurse that I knew and that, and yeah, just then she gave me my first Seroquel, and then I went to the psychiatrist and said, "Oh, Seroquel helps me."
What actually is Seroquel?
It's quetiapine. It's like a sleeping medication, but for years I've been using it as an anxiety medication. It's an antipsychotic, bro. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone at all.
And what does it do? Just put you in like doped out space, or
Not too dopey, but at the same time, like it just mellows me out. So I'm not, because I used to have a real short temper and just lose the plot all the time, and yeah, I found that as a way to help for sure.
So what are the other ones? So you got on prescription medications to begin with.
Yeah.
And that was Seroquel. You got them from the psychiatrist as well.
Yeah.
So
he put me on Vyvanse, dexamphetamine at the same time.
So did he thought you had ADHD?
Yeah, I've got ADHD.
So then what was the combination of an up and a down together? What was that doing to you?
That was literally frying my brain. Like I've got no words for that. I don't know. I do not get why a doctor could hand you this at 16 years old and go, "Here, have that, it'll help you." Especially mixing dexamphetamine with Seroquel, it just doesn't balance you out. It doesn't work. You're either up or you're down, and it's just.
was it that doctor that prescribed both?
Yeah.
Shouldn't he have known that that's not a good combination?
I don't know what he was thinking at the time, man. Like I just don't get it. I don't.
Do you reckon you would have had influence over him because you were saying to him that you wanted to take Seroquel where it was balancing?
Maybe I did. I'm not too sure, but he was adamant about fixing me ADHD. He didn't care about my anxiety and all that. I had to literally go in there and cry my eyes out and tell him that I could not deal with this anxiety anymore, because it's literally, I wouldn't wish this upon anybody, man. So yeah, I'll never know why a doctor would give you two different things to do. Yeah.
So then, after taking the combination of frying yourself and the Seroquels and Dexies, and what was that, at 16?
Yeah.
So what happened from there?
Well, I just kept doing that till I was about 18, and I stopped taking Seroquel at the time. I only just got back on it a year and a half ago. But yeah, I got to 18 and I started hitting the grog hard, man. Like I was just drinking every single day as soon as I'd wake up until I go to sleep.
And you were still on this prescription medications as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got off them in the end.
Okay.
But
what has been the hardest drug for you to get off?
alcohol.
Alcohol? Why's that?
It's got power over me like nothing compared to anything else. I don't know. I've been on many drugs, and even cigarettes, like they're really hard to get off, but alcohol is just another ball game, man. A whole nother ball game.
And what's that?
It just has a grab on me, man. I can't do anything about it. I've gone to 5 detoxes and 2 rehabs, and I still find myself drinking a lot.
Do you find that like you just do it without thinking? That you just automatically just go straight to alcohol?
Yeah, 100%.
Someone offers you one, yes.
100%.
You say one, yes.
100%. I'd never say no. No. It's like I'm a magnet, and the alcohol is the other connection, you know. I don't know who I am without it, sort of thing.
Do you feel like your personality is alcohol?
Definitely.
Like that's what you're doing. So for some people, them it's smoking. Because they'll go somewhere and they'll go to the smokers. They go, jump off the train, they're having a smoke. They're fucking walking down the street, they're having a smoke. They're driving their car, they're having a smoke.
Yeah.
Without them and having that same, it's not them anymore. Not the person that goes there into smokers and has a smoke and talks to all the people. So they lose a sense of themselves. And do you believe the same with alcohol?
Oh, 100%. And cigarettes are probably the second hardest thing to get off, for sure. I don't think anybody would disagree with that, to be honest.
You said that you had ADHD before. Is there any other mental illnesses that you have?
Yeah, man, I've got generalised anxiety disorder, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, man. That's from my childhood. Real rough childhood, so seen a lot of things that I shouldn't have seen, and yeah.
Are you comfortable speaking about that?
Yeah, 100%. I've gotten to a place now where I've let it all go. I'm happy to talk about whatever. I don't mind.
So then, why was it rough? What were the things that made a rough childhood?
I was just split between my parents, and you know, my dad and my mum were both, you know, they were like me a bit. They had their own demons, and Dad went to anger management and detox, while my grandparents had me in their custody for about, I don't know, a year maybe or something.
Yeah.
And he did everything he could, and he got custody of me. It's always been a battle. Like, there was a court battle for 11 years. So from when I finished when I was 11. So basically all my life until I was 11. And yeah, man, like, it's just, the split between my parents is hard because, like, they don't hate each other, but my mum hates my dad, but you know, my dad has never tried to influence me to have any bad feelings about my mum, and I've got nothing bad to say about my mum. You know, everything that happened when I was a child, it happened. I got through it. I'm here where I am today. You know, I got through it all. I let it all go. You know, you have to let things go, otherwise you're just gonna sit on it forever and just bottle it all up. And
how long did it take you to realise that you just need to let it go? Years, I'm guessing.
About 8 years. Yeah, it was pretty hard. Yeah, it was brutal. Like, yeah, my childhood wasn't the best of childhoods. My dad tried to make sure I had everything that I could possibly have, and he's always done everything he can for me. And he's my rock, man. Like, if he passed away tomorrow, I would not know what to do, because I'd literally get him to do everything for me. Because I'm too cooked to remember what to do, like what medications I need to be on, what places I need to go, what food we want to have, all that sort of stuff. I'm just not good with that. Even at the doctors, I get him to come into my doctor's appointments because I can't. I don't know. I rely on him. I rely on him too much, I guess, but he's always been there for me, and he always will be until the day he dies.
Is that something that you want to try and break free from, that dependence?
Yeah, definitely.
I
don't want to rely on him for the rest of my life. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm nearly 23. I can't just sit there and rely on someone for everything I need. I have to grow up and get a job and get my license and just start being independent. For sure. I've got a girlfriend I've been with for five years, so you know, we could be getting a house soon maybe. So, you know, that'll help for a lot. I haven't been able to say it too much, so yeah, that'll be great. That'll be a change, a big step for me to try and, you know, go out and get a job and, you know, do everything I possibly can to make sure that I'm stable and sober and everything, you know. I'm on medications, but, you know, I'm sober at the moment.
What's it like being sober for you?
It's different. Alcohol's everything to me. Like, it's everything I am. I'm not the same. I'll never be the same.
Do you kind of feel cooked when you're sober? Like, this is a different feeling for you?
It's like a different high when I'm sober, because intoxicated for so long that it just became normal. So then when I got sober, it was a new high. Weird.
It's felt different.
Yeah.
Did you feel good?
Yeah, I do feel good, yeah. Definitely. A
So
lot better than I did a couple of years ago, that's for sure.
What are your goals for the future?
Hopefully to make it in music, but also I wanna have a couple of kids with my girlfriend and, you know, get married and stuff like that. That's a major goal for me. Getting a job is a big part of you know, becoming independent. I need to do that. Getting my license, all that. I need to do everything. I've been really slack on it. I've been lazy. I've been really lazy. I just play games. Like it keeps me stable, but I've got to learn that I've got to be independent and stop relying on everybody else, because I rely on my missus a lot too. So.
Do you reckon the gaming is also like kind of an addiction?
Yeah, I'd definitely say it is. I dream about it sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
What
I sit there.
dream about?
Pardon?
What games?
Apex.
Apex.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I dream about it. It's like when Fortnite first came out. I used to have these dreams where I'd be building 90s, just cranking 90s, and I'd wake up and I'd have to get straight onto the game. Oh yeah, cheers, bro. Yeah, I'd have to get straight onto the game and basically lose a lot of sleep just to play it. But Apex, I dream about that all the time, man. Hang on a second.
Sure. Do you reckon that's just like a way of escaping?
As well, yeah. It's like the music takes the edge off, and I'm not thinking as much.
Yeah, when you're making the music, when you're playing the game, you're not present in like reality.
No.
You're in a different reality.
I'm in a completely different world. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good there, mate.
I'm just trying to let me die, mate. Just being inconspicuous and whatnot.
Yeah, no worries, brother.
Any more questions then?
Fucking beat that out, man. I'll beat that out later. Alright, I reckon we fucking have a quick fucking smoko and then we'll come back. Just like they can't play an old time lapse, so it's like getting up and doing shit. Yeah, we're actually fucking back to the podcast. What's going on here, mate? Woo! Yeah, fucking. We had Smoker, that was good. Good Smoker. He didn't have Smoker.
I'm still smoking, mate.
He's still smoking, bro. So, mate, tell us fucking some other shit, mate. Fucking, so you went to BMC.
Yeah.
Fucking double 340 Baccy's March, mate. Tell us about fucking Baccy's March. What's your fucking opinion on this cunt?
This town?
Yeah,
Mate, this town. I love this town, but it's turning into a fucking a shit show, bro. I'm seeing a lot of cooked units around, man. I'm in here nearly every day, and I see a lot of shit.
Mate, I want to start interviewing some of these local crackheads in this town. I want their perception, just documentary, mate. Like, why are you here? How'd you get here? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe, mate? You know, like. So, mate, what are some of the cooked units you see around town? Give me a story.
There's this one cooked unit, we call him Rainfall, bruh.
Call him Rainfall.
So we're just cruising and that, we're waiting for our kebabs or something, me, my dad and my brother.
Yeah.
And he's just cruising down the street and he's like a few raindrops and he's like, bit of rainfall, bruh!
You're fucking Rainfall, bruh.
So we just call him Rainfall, bruh. Like, we see him a fair bit actually. He's just cruising around, usually carrying a 10-pack of jacks.
Yeah.
And that, waiting at the bus stop and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty. He's pretty spunny. I'm not gonna lie.
Mate, what's it like being on an episode of Baccy Bong College now? Your song opening scene of the 4th ep. Fucking slowly making it in this world, eh? Fucking got yourself a fucking standing on the BBC.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Like, where do I put the ciggy at?
Mate, just fucking throw it anywhere, mate.
Oh, over there, mate.
Yeah, fucking, so that's the ciggy's over there, mate. Any of you cunts want to pinch it, it's fucking, oh, fuck it, mate. Here's a fucking
I'll pull it up, bro.
I'll show you later,
I remember smoking bumper mixes.
Fuck, what was the most dartiest thing you've done, you reckon?
I reckon me and my mate were underneath the bridge when we were 14. And we had this mother bottle, and we we burnt a hole in like near the bottom of the bottle. Didn't even have a stem for the billy or anything, and just we like pinned a hole through the lid.
Yeah.
And used it as a cone piece sort of thing. And we had White Backy and we just...
Fuck, this was me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm the darty cunt that did this with you.
We weren't going to get into that a bit, but yeah.
That's why it's here.
Put a some White Backy in this lid, this plastic lid, and we'll light it up and smoking it. No stem, nothing, and we'll just melting plastic, probably smoking plastic.
Right.
How good was that, mate?
Like a fucking Hungry Jack's toy, man.
It's just a different universe out there, isn't it?
Right. Tell
Yeah, fucking shit.
Hey, what is your favourite conspiracy theory that you've got? Like, where do you reckon humans come from? How do we get it?
I believe, like, I found my faith again when I was in rehab in 2021. I believe there is somewhere you go when you die. You either go to heaven or hell in my eyes. I don't know. I like to believe that, you know. Like it helps me get through some days, sort of thing. I'm not a big religious person, nothing like that. I just believe there's somewhere that you go when you die, and hopefully it's a better place.
You're going. I hope so.
I hope so, but I don't think so.
I'll see you on hell, man.
Fucking.
So you've been in rehab how many times now?
Rehab twice. The
Cool.
first rehab I went to only lasted 4 days because my nan died and I had to watch the funeral on my phone. And I kind of spun out and I had to keep feeding me meds because I was just losing it. And I lasted 4 days and then I decided to sign myself out. I had nowhere to go because I couldn't go back to my dad's at that point because I was supposed to be in rehab and getting better. So instead of doing that, I caught a bus to Eastern Beach in Geelong. Went to the shops first, grabbed 3-4 packs of those little 10% fucking Jack cans.
Yeah.
3-4 packs of them. Fucking sat out at the beach, drank them all. Had an iPhone 10 back then, and my wallet and all that stuff on me. And I fell in the water. It smashed my face on a rock and actually chipped a tooth. I had it fixed. It looked fucked. But yeah, I lost my phone and my wallet in the ocean. Don't know where it went. Maybe someone stole it, I don't know, but I couldn't find it anyway, so I had to get a new phone, man. But yeah, I slept on the streets that night. I had nowhere to go, yeah. Well, the shit thing was, I thought that this hotel that I stayed at owed me $60, and I was really drunk, so I rolled up there drunk as, trying to smash in their door and fucking ask for my money and that back, and they're obviously not going to give me my money back because I'd already been arrested and taken home from that hotel anyway. And yeah, got cooked and ended up getting locked up in the cells for a few hours. I was still all wet from falling in the water, sitting in the cells for a few hours, and I sobered up and went back down to Eastern Beach. I had 1 can left, drank that, fucking went and found a toilet, laid down all my wet clothes, put new clothes on, and fucking slept on my wet clothes in a toilet block.
So is this why you have PTSD?
No, that's from my childhood, saying things that I shouldn't have said.
Wouldn't that have added to your PTSD?
Oh, probably. I laugh about it now. You know.
So why did you think that you had nowhere to go?
Well, my dad wanted me to do rehab, and my grandparents own our property, and they wanted me to do the rehab too, and it was a private one. I don't know if anyone had to pay or anything. I'm not sure, but I didn't think I was allowed to go back home. I probably wasn't until I got better. So my mum actually was looking my mum and her partner were looking for me all day, and my stepbrother, they were all looking for me everywhere, because I'd posted posts about being back where it all started and all this shit, because I was just off my head on the streets, and before I lost my phone, and they couldn't find me, they couldn't ring me, they couldn't do anything. So they ended up finding me, got in the car, took me back to their place, and I was going to live at my mum's house. And then the next Saturday after that, because I was living at my mum's, I lived there for 6 days. So on the 6th night, it was a Saturday night, and they had a lot of family members over and stuff.
Yeah.
And they said I could drink, so they didn't know. I was very sneaky and went and had 12% Woodstock cans before I got to my mum's house.
Yeah.
And they gave me a 10-pack of Woodstocks, and I drank all them and had a shot of Sour Monkey and a vodka or something else, and then I just totally lost it. I blacked out. I started punching myself in the face and smashing chairs over my head, and I was bleeding everywhere, and you know, I was trying to start me stepdad and everybody, and just shit that I'm so ashamed of, man. Like that, it took me 2 years to message my mum back after all that shit happened, because I felt so fucking ashamed, because after all that went on in front of my little siblings, you know, went on in front of them, and then the police had to come because some shit happened, and I got handcuffed out the front of my mum's house in front of the whole family, and my little brothers and sister were there, and everyone was there watching me, and I was just not in a good state. I was spitting on the cops and just doing shit I shouldn't have, so they got the nurses to come, and they hit me with a shot of ketamine, and I was still flipping out, and it didn't sit me down, didn't do nothing, I was still flipping out, and they got the nurses to hit me with another shot of ketamine, and I ended up just on the gurney just like this.
It's good cat?
No, I don't remember it at all, bro. Yeah, so it took me 2 years to talk to my mum again because of how ashamed I was of doing that in front of my whole family. So
You just talk to her now?
Yeah.
And your little siblings?
I can't really talk to them yet because I don't think they have phones yet. I think my mum said that I'm welcome anytime. I still feel ashamed, bro. Like, it's so fucked.
Have you been back to your mum's house since then?
Nah, man, because the way that how guilty I feel for what I've done. Like, I don't know.
Do you reckon maybe going back there, apologising in person, showing that you're trying to change and whatnot, would help put that in the past?
100%. I'd hope she'd forgive me for what I've done. I think she would have for sure, but she's my mum. She loves me, you know. So if I went there and apologised for everything in person and did all that, that would help a lot, I reckon, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, it's a bad situation. I had opportunities. I could have gotten a job. My stepbrother was going to help me get a job, and all good things. It was looking good, and then that happened, and that all went out the window.
Do you feel like just that event set you back a couple more years?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. There's a lot of things that have happened since then that are bad as well. But, yeah, that set me back, way back. It was just, yeah, it was no good. And then my anxiety started peaking, and I ended up calling ambulances to my house all the time because I was having panic attacks, like full hyperventilation. I couldn't breathe, couldn't move, stuff like that. I'd have lockups where my dad couldn't even pry my fingers apart from each other. I wasn't very good mentally, and I think I went to hospital 35 times. Just for panic attacks, being too drunk. You know, there was an instance where I was with a few mates in Ballarat, and yeah, they had to carry me into the ambulance because I couldn't even walk.
Do you have ambulance insurance?
No, I have my pension card.
You're lucky, bro.
Yeah, I'm on settling.
Fucking free ambos.
Do you reckon, with your anxiety and that, do you reckon the alcohol and that helps, or do you reckon it does more damage than good? You probably feel like it helps.
At the time, it feels like it helps.
Yeah, but then
But it does. The aftermath is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It does so much damage. I broke a lot of my house. I punched holes like everywhere in my house and busted doors and all sorts of stuff. My house is a wreck because of me, and you know, I had a mate come over and he fixed the hole, like 45 holes, and yeah, did a really good job. So we just got to paint over those and yeah, get it.
So this is recent.
Yeah. Oh, not recently that I punched the holes. Recently that they got fixed. Yeah. Nah, this was all when I was younger. Like, it started when I was 16. I was very angry. Yeah. And then it got worse by the time I was drinking more and doing very stupid things. And yeah, I'm ashamed of that too, man. I wish I didn't bust me great grandparents' house up. It's one of my biggest regrets for sure. 100%. It's no good.
Do you reckon seeing the holes probably made you feel a bit shame?
Oh, for sure. Every time I walk past them. Every time I walk past them.
So fixing the holes and that in your house, not having to see them every day, probably like helped you.
It's helped me for sure. It makes me feel like I'm living in the old house, like the way it was. But we're still missing a couple of doors and stuff. But you know, my grandparents came in and seen my room and the state of my room and the state of everything and just the way everything was, and they were just beside themselves. I wasn't allowed to come home until I did detox and rehab, and I did that, and I was allowed back home, but that took 6 months. It took 6 months just to get into rehab. So, but now that most of the holes are fixed, it's a lot better. I've got to paint it, and then you won't even know that it was there. I'll always remember it, but yeah.
It's not a constant reminder.
No, exactly.
What colour are you going to paint it?
It's like a creamy colour, my house, the walls of my house, so yeah, my mate told me to just scratch off a bit of the paint and take it into a hardware store or something and they'll match the colour. Yeah. I want to get it done for my grandparents' sake because it felt like I broke their hearts, you know, and I just, that's another thing that I'm very ashamed of that I wish I never did. But
do you reckon this shame that you have is just causing you like further mental illness?
oh, for sure, it's not helping at all. It's my own fault. I don't know. Like, I can't say that I didn't do it, but
I think that helped me to get over a lot of my things that I felt shameful or regretful for. Was going to make an amends, going out and doing these things just to show that I am actions. Because words mean fuck up. But if I go out there and I show them, this is how I feel, then I'm fucking making amends for it. Then I know deep down I've done the right thing. Do you reckon you need to start making these steps to make amends with these people?
for sure, it's like the 12
If you
steps.
don't, it's just going to eat up at you until you fucking kill yourself from drinking.
It's like the 12 steps of AA. You know what I mean? Making amends is one of the steps, and I need to do that with everybody that I've hurt since my addiction started when I was very young.
Small steps. Small steps.
Exactly. You can only go as far as your legs can take you.
It's true.
I know my legs can take me fucking pretty far. Oh, it's fucking sounds like another smoko, mate.
Definitely.
I fucking love heroin. Alright, my fucking back, bro, on the Baccy Bong podcast. Yeah, so like, tell us about some of your fucking. What do you reckon's going on in Ukraine? What's your opinions on Ukraine?
Fucking Ukraine.
Yeah,
I pray for them. I hope they don't all die. Fuck me. It's not fair what happened to them. It's just that's my view anyway. I don't like what they did to them. So that's fuck that.
Who do you reckon's gonna win the war?
Probably not Ukraine.
No, I'm praying. Hopefully, fucking Ukraine can come on top and then get some ground. But like, no offense, it does not look good for them.
It doesn't.
Especially in fucking, and the way they're handling fucking some of the regions, like fucking, think about the next fucking region, bro, the next public, you got fucking Bakhmut. No strategic value of the city. If they would leave the city, they've got a hill advantage from there, because they've got to go up a hill. There's no, they should have just left the city. They're just called the meat grinder. And more people have died in the meat grinder than the population of the city before the war began. More death has occurred in Bakhmut itself than the population of Bakhmut. That is an insane amount of people of death. On both sides.
That's crazy.
For nothing.
That's so crazy.
And so I don't even know what they're doing. So at such a rapid rate, at so high number, on both sides. It's insane. And the West is publicising it and making it out like it's alright, go Ukraine, woo, let's send them more weapons. But the amount of death is insane.
Yeah.
But isn't that like war? Don't people die in war?
People always die in war. But I did not believe, in today's day and age, we would have the means to speak upon these matters, that something like this could further escalate into this.
Why not? Why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, why would this not happen?
Why would this not happen?
Yeah.
Because we would use our word and then there would be things in place.
We'd use our words.
We would use our word. Okay, firstly...
Stop fighting!
Firstly, the US should never have gotten involved in those regions. And a lot of those regions that were under the Soviet influence should not have gone under NATO influence, because those were the beginning of the fucking...
They had too many weapons, man. It's just like, fuck, what are you doing to that poor little fucking country?
They're bombing it and they're rebuilding it.
Why?
Because they can.
That's
Because of
that's
war.
mental.
So
That's actually mental,
They're
bro.
rebuilding one of the cities called Mariupol. They're rebuilding it. They're knocking down all the buildings that have already been bombed.
Well, they're rebuilding it, waiting for it to be bombed again.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
Nice.
well, they don't believe it's going to get bombed again, these people.
They don't believe it. I got a different opinion on that. I feel bad for it, man.
What about Australian politics? How do you like our new Prime Minister at the moment? Anthony Albanese of the Labor government.
I don't really say
It's
much.
not easy under Albanese.
I reckon it's been a lot easier.
I haven't seen much about it. I don't really get into politics much, man. I don't even vote. I'm gonna say that straight up on the podcast. Like, don't even vote.
Yeah, same.
I'm a voting man. I voted the week. No. I'll beep all this out, bro. This is the podcast bit.
Why are you gonna beep it out?
I can't keep the auto voting just in case.
Why?
Because you might get a fine in the mail.
I don't think any politicians
I'm
are
really-
any gonna watch this.
I'm really joking.
Okay.
Alright. So, okay. So So what do you reckon the high power? So you believe in God because you said that you found your faith again. What is this faith that you have found? What religious beliefs do you believe in?
Christian.
You're a Christian.
Christian.
So do you reckon Jesus was real?
100%.
Do you know, I was watching on the Joe Rogan podcast that this guy, he was getting this old scriptures which was like the first written Bible technically. And it was written in this ancient language. And this guy studied ancient languages for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And for 14 years, he spent trying to decode what these scripts said.
Yeah.
And on these scripts, he came up with the theory that Jesus was fucking taking magic mushrooms. and then he'd have like these sex rituals for the word for reproducing, you know, it's like fertility orgies, and they'd have ceremonies dancing around fire. And this is what this guy's decoded from what he said. And I seen this on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, of course it's on the Joe Rogan.
So do you reckon that Jesus could have just been a trooper super?
Definitely not. That's not the view I see at all. What the fuck? No. Funny story. I hope it's not true.
I hope it is.
Oh man.
So do you reckon everything that happened in the Bible is what actually happened, or do you reckon these are just views or like stories so that we have to learn from these things?
It's just what different people did in different scriptures. I don't read the Bible much. I'll pick it up if I'm having a real bad day and think that nothing else will help. Yeah.
So
But I just read random scriptures, man. I don't really remember. I just read them. And I'm like, yeah, that helped me a little bit, and then put it down again. I don't know. I just believe that there's somewhere you go when you die. That's all it is, I suppose.
do you reckon the Virgin Mary was a virgin, or do you reckon someone pumped her to give it a chance?
Someone definitely got to her first.
Alright, mate, and this has been the fucking episode of the fucking Baccy Bong College. Fucking thank you to Tombstone for fucking coming in, mate, yeah? Fucking subscribe, lick my diddle, fucking suck me pickle.
Let's get it.
Oh, there you go.